What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan. Welcome to my flippin' life. So today's been an interesting one, and it started right off of the rip. Got a text at about 6:21 this morning saying my neighbor down the street, he's kind of like the groundskeeper of the church next door. He texted me and told me that he thinks somebody may have stolen some decorations. Then he called me and he said, yeah, it was around 2:30 this morning, a silverish car, really loud exhaust, pulled up behind the church, shut their lights off, parked up in front, and he goes, I couldn't really see it because it was parked behind the tree. That big tree up there by the sign. And he's like, you might want to go out and check and see if anything's missing. And I looked out front, and I was like, oh, well, all my big decorations are still there, looking out front, And just so happened that last night, I didn't plug in the big Jack and Sally inflatable because of the wind. And when it's real windy, I don't plug the inflatable in. So somebody around here has scoped it out because it wasn't lit up. It was laying down, and it's behind the corn, so you're not going to see it laying down in the dark. So somebody had scoped it out, and he said, yeah, it was on the north side of your house facing the church. I looked out the window. Sure enough, the inflatable's gone. So I have notified the sheriff's department. I'm back home now, waiting on them to show up. Made a police report. We've sent it out all over Facebook. Multiple posts. We think we know who it is. We know the vehicle. We've pretty much already done all the detective work on the back side of this within the last couple hours. But anyway, I had to file a police report. They're coming out here to meet me and kind of look at everything. I just called them and said, I'd like to report stolen property. It's like, I know there's not much we can do about it, but I at least like to document it. And it's like, I do have a rather large Halloween display out front, and it's like, this stuff isn't cheap. So he said, would you like to meet an officer later on today? I said, I can leave work, no big deal. I'll meet the officer out there. So I said, I'm about 15 minutes away. So an officer is now on their way here. I'm just sitting here waiting. I figured I would make a little video while I'm waiting. I kind of knew something was going to happen this year. Always does. So I don't like putting my stuff out. But we think we know who it is. My wife just texted me. And she gave me a name. Full name. We already have a full name. Possible full name. With vehicle description. Facebook's a wonderful thing. It's an evil thing, but it's also a really good thing. You can get a lot of information very quick. Like, I think I had like 12 shares in like 10 minutes off of just me reporting that this was stolen. Same with her. She had lots of messages. She had a car within like 10 minutes. She had a vehicle description, the actual vehicle within like minutes. And she's getting a name. She's already got a name, but tons of my friends are sharing it. It's pretty insane. But anyway, I'm sitting here waiting on the sheriff's office to show up. They asked me if they wanted to have an officer call me and come out later and meet. And I said, you know what? Let's just do it now. Get it over with. We'll document everything that's out here now. So they have video record of everything that's in my yard right now. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens. There we are. Missing. There used to be something sitting there yesterday. Pretty incredible how shitty people are. I guess while it's daylight, take a look around. I'm still waiting on the sheriff. I didn't notice anything else missing. All my animatronics are still here. So that's good news. Other than the inflatable, that's the weirdest thing. They must have really wanted that, because you got all this stuff, and the inflatable was laying deflated right there in the yard behind here. And this isn't lit up at night. So like I said, you had to have scouted this out and know it was here in order to find it last night, because it's not lit up. So you wouldn't have seen this sitting here had you not known it wasn't here. Interesting. Dirtbags. God, I hate people. Alright, so bear with me here. I'm driving back to work. But the two officers showed up. They were some nice guys. They took down all my info, value of the inflatable, photographed the front of the whole house, drove by real slow, looking, made sure they got everything. Asked if anything else was missing, and I told them no. I looked this morning and then looked again now that it's daylight. Said I don't see anything else missing. Said I kind of expected something was gonna happen. He's like, yeah, it always does this year around Halloween. Halloween decorations always get stolen. And I said, yeah. I was like, I know there's not much y'all can do. I was like, but I figured I'd at least report it, and hopefully dude gets caught. I said we have possible vehicle and possible name of said person, and they said they knew the name. They asked who it was, and I said, well, my wife has gotten this name several times, and I told them the name, and they said, well, that's a name from up this way. Yep. They said that he lives a town or so over, 2 towns over, something like that. They knew exactly who I was talking about. I said I looked him up on Facebook. They've got about 8 profiles for the kid. He's a drug addict, all that jazz. So that's great. And as I was standing there with them, I got tagged in somebody else's post. Right 15 minutes away from me, somebody had 2 inflatables stolen from their house too. So I told them that. It's like, so they must have been on a inflatable heist. We got the inflatable bandits running around. It's just extremely weird to be stealing that inflatables. Stupid. But yeah, they took down all my info and value of the inflatable, and it sounded like they was heading that direction to I don't know, go see if this kid was home or what, but I don't know. People amaze me. So hopefully they figure something out, and sounds like they had a pretty good clue of who it was and where he lived and whatnot, so sounds like they'll get that handled. I don't know, time will tell. They took down my cell phone number to see if anything pops up, or if they find it, they'll notify me and, get in touch with me, they said. So hopefully they find it. That'd be awesome. Anyway, we'll let you know what happens if anything happens later on today. So stay tuned. So okay, here it is, like 8 o'clock at night. No word from the sheriff's department. I haven't heard anything from anybody. It's being shared far and wide, so I know for a fact the kid who did it knows that he's being looked for on multiple accounts, because I know the other lady that had stuff stolen filed a police report as well, because I did contact her, let her know that I even told the police that, I was tagged in her post as I was talking to them, and she's like mad as a hornet. I'm just kind of like, whatever. I was expecting something to get stolen this year. Yeah, I'm sad. I know my kids are upset. My wife's pissed. Like, I get it. It sucks, but kind of expected something to get stolen this year. But the fact that social media works wonders on finding info very, very, very quickly. We were able to have like a name and all this stuff, and public records is a bitch too. So, I know a lot I know a lot, and I know the police know a lot, so I hope they find him before I do, because I'd really like my inflatable back. But my biggest thing is the fact the scumbag scoped my house out has kind of all of us on edge. So to say the least, I'm going to be up late with, some things. Just kind of watching my property. And yeah, I just don't understand people. I mean, drug addicts, I get it. They need their fix, but man, people work hard for this shit. And for you to come by and steal it and take away, and they hit houses with kids, and I mean, I know they don't give a shit. They don't care what they're stealing and who they're stealing from, and they don't care. All they're looking for is that quick fix. Find something worth a little bit of value so I can flip it and get my dope. And that's all they care about. And it just sickens me that this world is that pathetic. So hell bent on drugs. I don't get it. Pisses me off, but the show goes on. I have everything lit up out front. Come on back by tonight, bud. I promise you, it ain't gonna end well. But this is stupid. I shouldn't have to do this, but I shouldn't be filing police reports on freaking Halloween displays. That's stupid. I don't understand humanity. I've given up hope trying to understand them. I hate people. I keep to myself, and I have a very small circle, and I don't let very many people in that circle. So if you're in my circle, congrats. The show goes on. Like I said, I got everything lit up out front, and it's Halloween weekend, so a couple more days and all this crap's going to be torn down. So I know Halloween trick-or-treat night, I'm literally tearing every single thing down and bringing it in. That's if it doesn't get stolen in the next few nights. But I'm tearing everything down and bringing it all back in, and if I'm late to the haunt, I'm late to the haunt. That's it. It is what it is, but I'm not having all my stuff stolen. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing happens in the next few days, and hopefully they find this dirtbag. And I already know exactly who it is and know exactly where he lives, so I don't know why they're him hauling around trying to do whatever. I don't get it. Maybe they need more reports. I don't know how all that works, but anyway, that's my story, and that's why I'm my flipping life. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens.